round 3 of the the wrong stuff racing league. I guess the world's wrong stuff racing. You're gonna see a lot of wrong stuff from me in this race. We're at Sebring, known for its concrete, harsh surfaces, very flat, and seemingly indistinguishable turns. I have the track map up. Here we go into this kind of inner part of the horseshoe, I guess you could say, through, they call this carousel. Going down perhaps the best passing opportunity at the hairpin down here at 7. Notice how it turns back in. It's not a 90, it's actually greater than that. Very difficult to get that braking zone. There are various concrete patches around. You see that going through here. See that inside color? It's different. So one of the things I noticed with this car is that it sprung so stiff, and because it's regenerating so much of that engine power under deceleration, you can see it there in the purple LEDs that light up on the right-hand side of the dash. When you go over these concrete slabs, it's possible to just brake at the wrong time, and the car is skipping and hopping, and it can screw up. Now, the yellow lights mean a lockup, front tire lockup. So if you see yellow flash, that means it's 4 lights is full lockup, and just like full purple lights, the bottom 4, that means full lockup on the rear. So here's the longest straight of the track. I feel like I'm gonna die through this turn every time, but somehow made it through. That was my fastest at a 1:46.2. I failed to set a clean qualifying lap, and I was a second off pace. So here I am, back at the pack, 8th in these BMWs. I'm going to show most of the first lap here. Going to turn 1, things are pretty clean. Well, already some defending happening. Pretty calm so far in through that inner horseshoe section. Now we're heading down towards the hairpin. Really good opportunity for passing. Oh, we see a couple cars go side by side, so I'll switch to my onboard here. Out in front, we see 2 cars. I think that was Turner up there. But yeah, I mean, pretty tame and quiet so far on this first lap. The car is very twitchy under braking, and it just wants to step out if you push just a little too hard. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. Just watch this. He's going to press too hard, locking the rears, sending the car. It's actually a brilliant save. And then he tucks in back behind me. So that was weird, promoting me to 7th. Skipping ahead, I mean, the pace of these guys is pretty outstanding, so I'm just dropping back. This is a race for survival as far as I'm concerned. Here we are, lap 4, and I've highlighted in the bottom right corner, you can see these LED flashing. I put a little circle around it, and watch this in slow-mo. So I carried a bit of throttle into the brake, and I think that kind of started the cascading effect here. And as those purple lights, which are kind of washed out here because of the sunlight into the cockpit, right there, full 4 lights, you do not want to see that. That means that the rear has absorbed as much of that kinetic or rotational energy as it can, and it's just going to step out. The diff isn't going to work in your favor. So then I release it so that I can get back onto the brakes, but then as I jump back onto it, yeah, the yellows are lighting up, showing that I'm indicating I'm locking the fronts. I mean, if you could, this is what it looks like in slow-mo. It looks like, you know, a spasming Christmas tree in real time. Sends me off the circuit, and I fall back to 8th like that. And that was a 1 point for going off track, 1 penalty point. By lap 5, the GT3. This is the AM class. You can see here a bunch of cars that somehow we have to get past, and here come us in these hybrid BMWs. I don't know. I mean, I was really skeptical about this race going in. I thought it was going to be so difficult to try and share the track. And finally, here I am. So there gives you an idea of the gap after just 5 of 32 laps. Onboard Serrano here. Check this out. I think this is crazy. Oh my God. To me, it looks like it was crash avoidance, but I think he just was just crazy aggressive, and we're going to see a lot from him this race. Here's me in the exact same scenario, just farther back on the track, same lap, and clunk. You could hear on my tires beginning to lock up, and again, look at these LEDs on the dash. This is in slightly slow-mo. You can see it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It just feels like the car is crap. And unfortunately, I do collide into a GT3 car. I would be reviewed under the stewarding and be assigned a drive-through penalty in the next race because of this mistake. I think it's fair. I'm not complaining. I am surprised that within the iRacing sim, I was only assigned a 1-point incident on that. It actually didn't consider that car contact for some reason. Quite strange. Now we're back on board Serrano trying to pass. I believe this is Widener. I don't know how to say everyone's name. You can see how aggressive Serrano is. He is just looking for any opportunity, even in traffic. Just ruthless aggression. By lap 7, we're back on board. Here I am, also trying to navigate GT3 traffic. I'm just trying to be polite here. I make a slight mistake here. The fronts completely lock up, and then I get clobbered again. Oh, I hit Hall. He was in the Mad League. Here's Hall's on board. You can see me lock up the front. I'm trying to turn as best I can. He's got nowhere to go but to pump me. That's considered just a racing mistake and incident. I wasn't penalized. So after that, I'm trying to get back on track. I'm thinking, oh God, is my car damaged? Yeah, the steering's a bit damaged here. I don't think I'm gonna be affected here. I should probably pit. What the hell's happening in my mirrors? Oh my God. I have to bail off of the circuit. Again, multi-class racing, that's the LMP2s approaching me. I'm just gathering myself here after the incident. This is where it helps to really have a spotter who has a race feed to understand what's coming. Look at these, I bail at the last possible moment, taking more incident points, I think, hard to tell. Here it is from the outside perspective. You can see me, I don't know what was gonna happen. I think they were gonna run right into the back of me, and the car blinking into and out of existence was quite annoying as well. And then as I'm about to pit, oh my God, we see some BMW on BMW contact here. Oh, let me introduce you to my friend Barry R. Ruthless mistake there. So I throw it into the pits at lap 7. This is too early for a fuel saving strategy, so that means I'm going to have to pit again. But thankfully on pit exit, I'm like, oh crap. I mean, with minimal amount of repairs, I think it was less than 30 seconds, the car seems to be okay. My top speed was fine, my turn-in was fine. The sun is setting during this 1-hour race, so here we're at lap 12. The wing camera looking back at Serrano. Heading down to the hairpin. He tries to go around the outside. And then, wow, car contact, but amazingly didn't result in an accident. Very surprising from that. A little later in the lap, you can see Serrano, he's got a good feel for the car under braking, and especially on these inside apexes, and he was super duper aggressive. Look at that. He even pushes him out a little bit to the dirt so that Widener cannot attack. Now we're on board the hood camera. The next lap, Oh, and there's car contact with a GT3 from Serrano. And then going down this little curvy straight section, you see him under the pressure of being chased just punt another GT3. Amazingly, this incident was not reviewed, or at least there was no penalty applied to that. I think that is atrocious. That was deliberate intent. Now we're on board to the one that was reviewed. A drive-through was assigned to this because it basically took the guy off track. It seems like the stewarding is basically along those lines. If you push a guy, resulting in damage, significant time loss, whereas that wasn't penalized. That's crazy to me. I think that second incident, that's terrible. That should be a drive-through this race, in my opinion. So anyway, I come into pit for my second lap time. I was in 7th, and then this guy resets to the pit lane. You can see this broken car. So it's like, what happened? What happened to this guy? We're on board. Finch looking backwards. Oh my God. Turner comes flying through with a disconnect. This is what happens when your network or your internet drops out. The server still thinks you're in here, so it's not going to instantly disconnect you. Crazy. That I wonder if Finch even knew that torpedo was coming for him. By lap 24, we're late in the race. Headlights are on. This is the battle for first, all within a second and a half here. Min's leading the way. I don't think he's doing it by pace. The way the strategy is worked out here is that Widner is trying to do a two-stop. And he tries to defend on Serrano. He's willing to take that inside curve. Oh my God, this is lap 25. Now towards the end of lap 25, heading down to Sunset, Widner's gonna try and send it up through the inside. And Serrano, oh, he does it as well. It's amazing to try and stick that because it's so bumpy the closer you get to that inside apex. So coming into lap 26, these guys are still fighting for it, and he sends it from second place into turn 1. I don't know how he saved his tires, and doesn't look like he holds the inside line and hits that braking point. I mean, Widner has to kind of bail on that because you don't want to get T-boned if the guy misses that apex. So some impressive passes there. But Widner would have to pit again. He ran out of fuel, and I think Nin had a accident and another pit stop. So going into the last lap, it's Barrera challenging now to try and steal a win here. He was in 4th just a few laps ago, weaving their way through the inner part of the horseshoe. Now we're heading down towards the hairpin. Barrera's going to get a bit of a draft off of that GT3. Oh, goes for the inside move, but a block from Serrano. Here it is in slow-mo. Oh, dude. Moving under braking. Listen to it. Clearly downshifting. Clearly moving over in the braking zone to block a pass attempt. If this was Formula 1, I mean, that's a penalty, a 5-second penalty minimum. Maybe for a win, I don't know. I mean, politics. But big block, unreported, and Serrano did not incur a penalty for that. So these last few turns, I mean, those were the passing opportunities for Barrera. So now the next opportunity is just following this sequence of turns. Like 15 and 16 here. I think Barrera could have used more track there to get a better run heading down towards Sunset. Turn 17, the last turn. There's a couple GT3 cars in front. Maybe this will give an opportunity. Headlights are being flashed. We see this BMW push the leader all the way. Let's go on board. Watch this. Oh my God. Some Grand Theft Auto type stuff here, but does this give an opportunity for Barrera? Oh, he spins up the wheels in 3rd gear. Nope, isn't able to get the job done. So there's a win for Serrano. Pretty amazing stuff. I would finish 6th. Pretty disappointing race for me. Not much to talk about on my end. Anyway, catch you next race.